How many of us are guilty for Googling something when we forgot it? How many of us are guilty for using autocorrect on our phone? Ever had one of those conversations with somebody where it's really flowing and you're skipping from one topic to the next? You start talking about this film you watched the other day, but you can't quite remember the name. So you think of the actor's name and you can't quite put your finger on it. And the next minute you know, your phone is out, you're on Google or IMDb and you're looking up the film's name. This is a worry of some people today. As technology advances, we as a species are being left behind. Have you noticed when you're typing on a MacBook and you spell something incorrectly, if you press space, it auto-corrects the word and spells it right for you? It never really dawned on me the impact that this could be having. Because on a phone, it just seems natural. Like autocorrect just seemed normal. But on a laptop, it was a bit more clear to me why this could be a problem. This is cutting out the thinking part for us, and it all comes down to convenience. There's a singer that I like called Beans on Toast, and he has a song called Alexa. Check this out.
It's crazy to think how much the mindset's changed and how much of our lives we're willing to give away. Well, I remember privacy used to be important. Now we're bugging our own houses in the name of convenience.
Someone asked me the other day how to spell a word, so I showed them. And then without really thinking, I said to them how I usually go about spelling a new word. I type it wrong, I correct it, I look at how it's spelled, I cross it out, and then I try and spell it myself. And that's it. I showed this person this method. The first thing they said to me was why. And I didn't quite understand what they meant. They asked me, why do I go to that much effort when I can just autocorrect it on the computer? So I then said, well, what if the computers are down? And this person said, well, I'd just get my phone out and I would type it on there and find out how to spell it. Honestly, I felt a little bit like facepalming myself. Like in my head, it just makes no sense. Why would you not want to know how to spell the word? Why would you want to feel like you have to rely on technology to help you learn how to spell? We learned in school how to spell. We learned throughout all of our lives how to spell words. So why would we stop now? Why would we rely on technology now? So I just, after going through this little mini monologue in my head, I said to her, I'd rather be capable than incapable. And then I left it there. Slowly but surely, we're ignoring the real tool in our heads, the tool we were all born with. If you've read Atomic Habits by James Clear, then you will know that it's the little changes and the little things that create new habits. It's these little steps that help us build up to these amazing feats. Now, if this is the case to create a new habit and to achieve something good, then what's the inverse of that? Building up small bad habits will lead us in the opposite direction, and together we'll be racing to the bottom of the pile. Think of your brain like a tool or an instrument. The longer we choose not to use it, the more rusty the tool becomes. I'll give you one last example. I can't remember when I stopped, but quite a while ago, every time before I would go shopping, I would write down the ingredients and then I would go to the shop and I would follow my list on my phone. Like, I need that, I need this, I need that, which is good because then I'm sticking to the list, which probably saves me money instead of just kind of randomly purchasing certain stuff on a whim. But then I started to realize that I was stopping my memory from working properly. So I stopped using my phone as a list for the food that I was going to buy at the shop. And I just remembered it in my head. And then when I went to the shop and I came back and I laid out all the ingredients in the food, and if I forgot something, then that would be on me. It would make me try harder next time and be more observant and really try and put it into my head like, this is what I need. I know it sounds silly, but it is these little things that will matter over a long period of time, or at least that's what I believe. If we slowly start to begin to rely on things like Googling an actor's name or Googling something if you forgot it, or using autocorrect, or just letting something just help you out for convenience all of the time, then it becomes a problem. No, it becomes a habit. And that's going to be a very hard habit to shake. A phrase that I think we should bring back that my mom always used to say to me: if it's important, it'll come back to you.